Hello, my name is Debbie Emily. I am a Master EFT practitioner and trainer, and I am bringing to you the free mini-series on the A to Z of EFT. Today I'm bringing you the letter W, and that's standing for what to say. And I perhaps should add at the bottom, and how to say it. That is something that is forever questioned in EFT with all of the trainings that I do. One of the most common things is, what do I say? And when you are tapping around on the tapping points, it is customary to say something. The first thing I would say is that it must be in your own words, and it must be exactly what and how you feel it. Now, if you can understand that, it might be easier to try and get to some of the wording. So, for example, if you have a headache, then you can just tap for, even though I have this headache, I have this headache, I have this headache. And you can just use that one statement round at all the tapping points. That's often a good place to start. And after you've done that, you can then think a little bit deeper as to, well, what is it about that headache? So I have this headache, I have this headache, I have this headache on all the points. And then you then say where you feel the headache. I feel this headache in the back of my head. So I feel this headache in the back of my head. This headache in the back of my head, this headache in the back of my head. That's obviously assuming that's where it is for you. So wherever it is for you. So, and if the headache is in the back of your head, after doing a round of tapping, then just zoom in a little bit closer for that if needed. And try and figure out, does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? And just exactly what it feels like for you. Does it feel sharp or dull? And one of the statements that I often use is, particularly with pain, or does it feel like it's coming from the inside out or from the outside in? So there are two ways obviously that pain can feel. And again, that's just helping you hone in a little bit deeper into what it is, which will help EFT work a little more effectively. So I have this headache, I have this headache, I have this headache, and then I feel this headache in the back of my head, or wherever it is in the back of my head, this headache in the back of my head, this headache in the back of my head, around on all the tapping points. You can expand it further than that too, in that you do not need to say a statement at every tapping point. You can make the statement last across tapping points. And when I tell that to my students, it's like a big aha moment, a huge relief for them, like, good, I don't need to think of 12 different things to say, one for each tapping point. And no, you don't. So you can use 2 or 3 statements, or just the one, and just elongate it. I feel this headache in the back of my head. I feel this headache in the back of my head. So the tapping and the words do not need to be in sync with each other. And you can also have different statements at each point, as I've just alluded to. I feel this headache in the back of my head. It feels like it's pushing from the outside in. It feels like it's a tense pressure. This tense headache pressure, I feel it in the back of my head. It feels like it's pushing from the outside in. So I've just mixed up some of the words there, but they all mean the same thing. So that's just an indication of some of the wording that you can use and how to use it. I would actually encourage you, before you tap on one of your issues, to write down how things feel. So it will be easy for you just to look at a sheet and pick up some of the key words that are relevant for you, and then just put them in anywhere in what you're saying with tapping. And over time it will just flow for you. You know, you'll just say exactly what you feel and what you think about it. But then on the other side of things too, you don't always need to say anything at all. If you have a look at my just tapping, my quick fix video, you really do not always need to say anything. You can focus simply on on the pain or on the situation and how the sensations are in your body, and just tap for the sensations. Words are not always needed. Sometimes words can get in the way of EFT being effective. So just tap for how you feel. Restriction in your chest, or your stomach is turning over, butterflies in your stomach, your head hurts, any of those, the shoulders feel really tight. So just tap for exactly how you feel and just keep it to that. I have butterflies in my stomach, butterflies in my stomach, butterflies in my stomach. And no, it doesn't matter if you're going up or down the tapping points. That's perfectly okay. So relax when using EFT. Try not to judge it, try not to analyze it, try and go with the flow. Doesn't matter if you miss a tapping point or 2 or 3. Doesn't matter if you just want to tap on one tapping point because that's the only place you can reach that's comfortable. Give it a go. EFT tapping is extremely forgiving, and the only way you'll know if it works for you is to try it out. And if you miss some of the tapping points out or don't say something that's completely relevant to you, do another round of tapping, put them in and see where you go from there. Hope that's been of help to you, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Thank you.